What up, y'all? Tina here, man. Let's talk about the TV show Eyes of Wakanda.
I talk movies and Marvel, TV shows, rumors, money, and drama. Game of Thrones, universe, and rice too. Vampires, horror, I got you. Subscribe to my page, come roll with me. If you like movies, follow, she dreads me. Movies, follow, she dreads me. I love, she dreads me.
Let me tell y'all a quick little story about Bashang. I'm only telling this story because my homeboy gave me the okay to kind of talk about it. I try not to talk a lot about behind the scenes stuff with some of these studios unless my friends give me the okay. So y'all remember a couple years ago, there was an AI creation of Bashanga that went crazy viral. Well, my homeboy created it. It went so viral that some people thought this was going to be a real Black Panther project. But my homie, he's worked in the industry like 20 plus years as an art director. He's worked with everybody like Chris Brown, Cardi B, MTV, VH1, BET. I think he don't work with everybody but Beyonce. So he's like the guy, and he also knows how to handle his business. So when he created this Bashanga short story, he realized Marvel never put in a copyright for Bashanga. So as his stuff was going viral, he decided to put in a copyright for it. And of course, Marvel was pissed. But it's like, Marvel, how y'all ain't got y'all characters locked down on copyright? Like, how y'all even let somebody even squeeze in and get y'all like that? So him and Marvel went through some stuff. You know, they got things squared away. But I say that to say, now we have Eyes of Wakanda, which is similar to his idea. I ain't saying they stole my man's idea. What I can say is maybe great minds think alike. Who knows? I don't know. I would not be surprised if we see more of Bashanga in the future. But yo, let's talk about Eyes of Wakanda. So this is a 4-part animation special on Disney+. It's an anthology, so each episode takes place during a different time period. So I liked it a little bit more than I expected. I'm not a really big fan of the MCU animation shows. I did like X-Men 97. What If Season 1 was okay. I didn't watch Season 2 really at all. And the Spider-Man, I didn't watch the Spider-Man show either. So this show was a little surprising. I kind of liked it. Episode 1 was my favorite. Episode 2 was my second favorite. Episode 3 was next, and then the finale. I didn't really like the finale episode too much because it started to feel like X-Men with the Sentinels and time travel, and I started getting flashbacks of Days of Future Past. I was like, nah, I don't like this. I don't like nothing about it. This TV show is about Wakanda's war dogs. If y'all don't know, Nakia from Black Panther is a war dog, and a war dog is kind of like a Wakandian secret spy. They're sent out in the world to gather intelligence. Sometimes they're on missions recovering vibranium artifacts. They kind of like the CIA of Wakanda, but they be outside in the streets. So episode 1 is about Nani. She was kicked out of the Dora Milaje because she didn't want to be a team player. So she was sent to go get back artifacts from the lion and take him down. He is a Wakandian and a former war dog. He was building an army. So Wakanda felt like, hey, yo, you got to go take him out and we need to get our technology back. Long story short, the lion was like, listen, I got outside of Wakanda and I started to see how big this world is. I don't want to live by their rules and regulations. And Nani was like, sir, I don't want to hear all that. We need our stuff back and you about to die. Okay? The thing I liked about this episode is you start to think about, yo, is Wakanda right for this isolation mentality that they have going on? He had the spirit of Killmonger. He was like, y'all gonna have to kill me before I go back. So that was episode 1. Episode 2. I like episode 2 because I love history, like Greek mythology, all these folklores we have from Europe. So this episode was about Minion. I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Listen, I respect him. He went to join Achilles' army for like 9 years just so he can steal back a Wakandian jewel. These war dogs are really committed to the cause. I like this episode because it helps recontextualize the mythology behind Achilles. How did he really get hurt? Is it true that a Wakandian war dog actually cut his Achilles? Or do we go based off of the urban legend that was always told about him? So that was pretty cool. It kind of lets you look at history a little different. Episode 3 was a complete tone change. We follow the war dog Basha. Basha got on my nerves, y'all. Yep, Basha didn't take nothing serious. He was sent out to bring back a stolen vibranium tongue that was in the possession of the Chinese. So he got to the tongue by making this Chinese woman who guarded the artifact fall in love with him just for him to do some nigga shit and just leave her. He left her. I kind of was on Chinese Iron Fist side because, excuse me, sir, I found you in the snow, nursed you back to health. You slept in my bed, ate my food, stole from me, and left me? Oh, yeah, I'd be mad too. Yep, I'm mad. So you had 2 warriors going at it in Wakanda. They loved each other, so they really weren't trying to hurt each other, but they were putting hands on each other. Yep, she wasn't playing with him. So that episode was kind of cool too. And then episode 4, my least favorite episode was the futuristic Black Panther. She went to the past to tell the war dog and the Prince of Wakanda, like, I know y'all on a mission to bring this axe back home to Wakanda, but y'all need to leave it where it's at. So that episode was about her explaining to them that this artifact has to go back out into the world because this axe, this is going to be the thing that causes Wakanda to eventually open up to the world. And in the future, Wakanda is going to need the world's help to defeat the Horde, which is an alien race taking over the world. She's pretty much like, if you bring that axe back into Wakanda, it's going to continue with their whole ideology of being isolated. Versus if you leave the axe out in the world, someone is going to find that axe and it's going to lead to Wakanda opening itself up to the world. And if y'all recall, Killmonger uses that axe in Black Panther 1, infiltrates Wakanda, and between him and Nakia, they kind of open T'Challa's mind up to, hey, Wakanda needs to be more open, Wakanda needs to help out more, and that causes a trickle effect to keep Wakanda safe in the future. So that's kind of like a low-level review of each episode. Listen, after watching that TV show, I've come to realize a little bit more that Wakanda, y'all ain't, because they be sending these war dogs on these insane missions all for the secrecy of Wakanda. I see what Killmonger was talking about. And I'm kind of joking when I say Wakanda ain't ish.
All of you are wrong!
Because it's not really like a Wakandian thing. It's a government thing. All of these governments are like this. As you grow older, you start to realize all of these governments, they slit really all the same. They be sending their citizens out to do some wild stuff. And them war dogs be going through it. I hope they have great life insurance, great health benefits for them and their families. I hope they are compensated well, because they really be out there going through it for Wakanda. And they be out there solo dolo by themselves. So I'm like, y'all be sending these people out here alone. That way, if they pass away, they just expendable. And like I said, this isn't really a Wakandian specific thing. I'm sure all governments throughout the world operate this way, but it's just kind of wild when you think about it. Like, their soldiers sent out on these solo missions, and if they come home, all they get is a little sticker, a little pat on the back. You know, that's it. They get a little retirement check that ain't about nothing. And if they don't come home, the government is like, oh, well, that one is a goner. We'll just send somebody else out as their replacement. It's just crazy, bro. But yo, did y'all watch Eyes of Wakanda? If you did you like any of the episodes? Which one was your favorite? Leave your comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.
Follow, she dreads, follow.